So let's get started. Okay. Um, Hello everyone. Welcome to this low-code solution. Um, so today we are going to explore how low-code is going to help companies. Okay, and also we are going to develop a very simple app. Okay, that is probably very familiar to developers using a low-code. Okay. So low-code is now entering into enterprises. Okay, most of the minimum viable products. Okay, especially for the company's internal use, we are actually developing using AppSheet, okay, or any other low-code platforms. Okay. So um, it helps us to shorten the development cycle, okay, and then get the idea to live, okay, and then test it in the field or with the potential customers and users quickly, okay, and then we refine it, and once we reach a point where the requirement for the apps is almost stable, okay, where there are not many changes required for these kind of apps, that's when we recommend customers to even think about custom development and scaling. Okay. But again, these low-code platforms also provide scalable options. Okay, starting from data access layer to any other API integration. Okay, they provide very good scalable options. Okay, so it's not just for child's play or some lab programs. It is for real-world enterprise application. Today, the low-code platform we are going to explore is from Google Cloud, Google, okay, and it's called as AppSheet. Okay. And I'm very happy to share, okay, and introduce Nitya Rani. She is a software engineer working at Novalence Private Limited, and she is actually worked on AppSheet extensively, and she is now going to share a sample application that we can develop maybe within the next half an hour, okay, and show and also explain the features of AppSheet, and then we can take it forward from there. And over to you, Nitya. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks you for your introduction. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Novel and Stake meetup. Today, we are going to discuss about the Google AppSheet. AppSheet was acquired by Google in Jan 2020, and AppSheet is based on the no-code development platform. So anyone can build a mobile application and as well as the web applications without having any coding experience. In today, in computer world. Uh, we have to build any app or any web application means we should have the coding knowledge based on the Python, Java or .NET. While coming to the app sheet, without having any coding experience, we can able to create our mobile or web application through the app sheet platform. And now we can build our app sheet apps from our data sources such as Google Sheet and Excel and so on Cloud SQL also. It is very user friendly. For the app sheet, first we have to prepare our data sheet through our Google Sheet or app sheet. Then we have to convert it to the AppSheet platform. It allows users to create mobile tab web application using data sources and database platforms. It is very easy to learn and fast to develop. While comparing to the coding languages, we can easily complete our development process and earn the lot of pricing amount uh, through the network. So here, AppSheet gives us very user-friendly platform. We have we have only few bugs to quickly develop, so we can very easy and not worry about of the app resizing. In the coding languages, we need to take care of the resizing like mobile, tablet, and browsers application. While coming to our app sheet, we know we need not worry about of the app resizing. In single coding itself, we can cover everything like mobile, tablet, and the web applications. Here I will show the demo of the app sheet. And while coming to the pricing, AppSheet is free for our personal projects until we are ready to develop your apps to other users. Here we need to subscribe for a plans like pricing for internet is $5 per user per month. Here we are using our Google account for the AppSheet development. Then if you go to our public facing app means the charge will be converted as $50 for the unlimited users. So we can able to build our business apps through it. Now here we are creating our data sheet through the Google Sheet. Now today we are going to see the products order tables. Here we have the three tables: product table and purchase order and purchase order
Item. Nitya, instead of this, you can give a walkthrough of the existing sheet itself. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is our existing sheet data used. Here we have kept the three tables. One is products table and purchase order table, and another one is purchase order items table. Here we have while logging into AppSheet, we can able to create to our apps through our Google account. Under create, here we can create our app by using two ways. First way is we can create our app through our existing data. In other case, we can use our by default template. While going into the template, by default, they have given the few templates for the app sheet. For example, if we go by the project tracker, by default itself, they have provided so many functionalities with the tables. If we need to customize through this app means also we can able to customize, or we have to come back through our fresh requirements means we can create it by our own. So we have to create our new app through start with existing data. Now we can rename the app. Here we are going to choose our category. If the category is based on our data source, we are creating the app based on the purchase. So we have to choose the category related to the product purchase items. So here I'm going to choose this inventory management. Then it will redirect to our Google Drive. So here we can choose the existing data source. It is our AppSheet home page. Here we have the basic menu items, which is called the data menu. Under the data menu, we have the four main sub menus. One is the table, columns, slices, and user items. In tables, by default, whenever we create a new app sheet, by default, the products table, the first table will be created. Then we have to create the rest of the tables through the add table. So now we are clicking the add table. the purchase order table has been added. So then we are trying to add the another table, purchase order item. So as of now, we have only two tables. Now we are going to add the third table. Okay, once again, I will show you this. It is the web browser, and it is the mobile view, and it is the tablet view. So here I have mentioned earlier, here we need not to worry about the app resizing. So we can create the single coding, and we can view the pages by mobile or tab or web application. Yeah, under app we have the views and format rules. The app views is nothing but we are able to view the table. By default, the product table is included, so that the product view has been displayed. Then according to this, we have to uh, add the views for purchase order and purchase order items. So the view so then only we can able to view this table data. So before that, we should add the columns. For the products, we have the columns like product code, product name, purchase price, selling price. Here, the data type, we can able to modify our data types according to our data. Since it is a product code, we have mentioned it as a number. Then if it is a date, the AppSheet itself by default, it will notify the data. So we can we need not worry about this data types. If you need to change anything based on your requirement, we can able to modify our data types using this type. So next one is in the web application screen, we can able to see the required screens on which column we need to show or which column we need to give the access to editable. We have just only one click option, only one field option. In while comparing to the coding languages like Python or .NET, we have to write plenty of lines to bring this functionality. For example, we need to get this field as required or required means in .NET language we need to mention the few lines like required, like the thing we have to mention in lines. In case if the field will not be get displayed. So while coming to the AppSheet, we are not able to we need not to be able to write any codings. Here we have using this button as clickable, so it will the column will get turned to the editable or required field. And additionally, we have the formula column, and additionally then initial value. For example, order number. The order number by default itself, it will get the 8-digit number initial value we can get. If we need, if our requirement is based on something like the order number should be start from 1000 or order number should be starts from 2000 means we can enter the formula here, and the order number will be fetched like whatever we have in the requirement. And display name. Column we have mentioned this as order number. In web application we have to mention in different type names. We can give the data in display name. Then it is a search button. We use the values to if the in the web pages, if the column names we need to search, or if we need to hide the columns, we can give the field as tick or untick. Now I'm proceeding with the purchase order items. Our data is about the product code, a list of product code we have displaying, and the list of product names. And for the related product code and product names, we have the purchase price and selling price. It is come under the product table. While coming to the purchase order, we have the order number column, order code, order date, and the order total. And move on to the purchase order items. We are getting the same order number from the purchase order table, and the product code. The product code should be derived from the products table. So next one, the quantity, unit price, and line item total. In case here we are, how the product code will be get derived means, here we are using the reference data type. So if we keep our the reference data type means the product table values will be fetched into the purchase order items. The data type we have given it as a ref, and here under the source table we are defining the which data table values need to be fetched into this table. So we are giving the products because the products table product code only we need to derive the value for purchase order items. So then if we here in input mode, here we can give the values like our customized requirements. If we have to give drop down means we can click this one, or else we need to have the button means we can customize as per our requirements. Now as of now I am giving the drop down values. Then after the order number also we are getting the values from the purchase order table. Yes, of now we have only one table with products. Let's add another table. I'm adding purchase order and purchase order items in the view table. So view, I'm going to add under new view. Here we need to create our new view. So view name will come as purchase order. For this data, we need to select our data sheet. Which table values we need to get viewed for this specific table. So I'm selecting the purchase order table and view. Under view type we have a few defined views: calendar view, deck view, table view, and gallery view, detail view, and map view. These views and all we can utilize. And we can take the position also. We can, if this purchase order need to come say right means we can keep it as right. If as of now we have only two tables, so we can't do the example for the right and left. So in case if we add the another table, we can able to see in which position it will be. In the sheet, we can able to use the signature capture and image capture, barcode scanner, charts, and etc. We can use like that use also. I'm adding the third table. Purchase order items. For this table, I'm getting the value from purchase order items table, and I'm getting this in the table view. Here I Here we are using the simple CRUD operations. And the product. We can able to create our new products. If we create our new products, the data will be automatically will be saved into our data sheet. For example, creating product orders. The data will be automatically saved into our backend. Same way, we are putting our data to the rest of the tables. In the products order table, we are getting the values for order number, order code, order date, order table. Here we haven't any formula. We haven't get any fields for the formulas. So now we are moving to the purchase order items. Here we have in the column for the order number, product code, quantity, unit price, line item table. For this order number and product code, we have referred the data from the before tables. For quantity, we are giving the values on unit price also. For line item table, we are giving the formula. Formulas. Here we, by default, we have some formulas, so we can utilize these formulas to our based on our requirements. Here I am using the formula as unit quantity into unit price for the line item table. And then we say if you give
No, I think line item total should
if you
also
have
be.
any spreadsheet formula, if you the AppSheet will not get
Okay, got it.
so we need to remove our spreadsheet formulas.
Okay.
Either we can use the spreadsheet formulas or we can use the defined formulas. We have two ways.
No. Okay.
The formula has been. Then we are moving to the purchase order. Now we are giving the orders. Okay. Now for this order total, we are we are getting the values from the line items, line item total. So for the purchase order total, the values will be derived from the purchase order items table. So here also we need to give the formulas. Then moving to this by using the automation, we can send the notifications or text messages through WhatsApp or text message or email. So we can give our daily updates or weekly updates through this automation. And while coming to the settings, we can use the version. We can give the multiple version numbers. If this app consists of 1.008, if we release this app after few few changes, we can use the same app with another version number. So we can give the app with multiple versions of the app. It can be maintained, so it can be rolled back easily. Manage. Coming to this white label, we can deploy our apps, created apps into the Google Play stores or something related to this. We can create our own app and we can deploy into these things. Under deployment sheet, we can click the run deployment. So we have finished our deployment. It is a very easy method. Everything is used of the things. For the deployment, we can use our deployment sheet. And if we need to return to our prototype also, we can get back and see. And we have the switch to query mode. In case if we have get any irrelevant data, we can able to easily switch over. That's all. Do you have any questions on AppSheet?
Okay, thank you, Nitya. So let me summarize the flow and then maybe you can confirm it, right? So the first step in developing an AppSheet application, okay, is to first define your data source. Okay, in this case, it is a Google spreadsheet. Okay, and then we defined each table that we need as a sheet and with all the columns, right? And then we entered even sample values to identify some data types. Okay, so that is the first step. Yeah, and the second step is you connect this data source into the app sheet. Okay, and thereby by default it will take the first sheet and generate views for you. Okay, the CRUD views, obviously create, retrieve, update, delete. And then finally it will actually, you can go in and add other tabs into this. Okay, and then you can generate screens for that, right? So the screens that we have done here is the product screen is a very simple create, retrieve, update, delete screen. Okay, just for a standalone entity. Whereas if you go to purchase order, can you please go there in the app? Purchase order. Okay, so here this is like a master detail screen. So if you can go all the way to the right, Nitya, in this. Um, yeah, so you can click on the last column and here you will see the master detail view. Okay, and here you can click on it and add any item to that order. Okay, and then it will automatically you can add this quantity and then price, unit price. Yeah. So unit price. Okay, and then yeah, save it. Okay, now you can see it is a master detail view. Okay, most of the applications that used that we have seen fall into these two categories of screens, right? Either master detail or standalone CRUD operations. Okay, and that can very well easily be covered with this. Okay, and again, there are other competitive products as well. One of them very popular is Microsoft's Power Apps. Okay, that is very extensive as well. But the reason why we covered AppSheet demo is most of our clients are on Google Cloud, and they are on G Suite as well. Okay, so if you have a G Suite for all your users, okay, and definitely AppSheet is the first preference. Okay, and also in terms of scaling, I know by now you might have some questions about scaling. So in terms of scaling, the same data that you have in spreadsheet can even come from Cloud MySQL. Okay, so these are two data sources as of now we know that are readily supported by AppSheet. Okay, and we can definitely explore other data sources, but Cloud SQL, MySQL, and this Google spreadsheet are two good data sheets. And again, this Google Drive data sheets using this itself is very scalable. Okay, it is not. Do not underestimate the Google spreadsheets scalability. It is very scalable even for the app sheets. Okay, and we can say like maybe 100 users is not at all problem for this using just seeds. Okay. So with this, the first part is done. So to raise curiosity for the next meeting, okay, I'm going to take over and show, okay, how we can link the data in the data sheet to a data warehouse product offered by Google. Okay. So Nitya, if we can paste that Excel sheets link in the Zoom chat, I will take it forward from there. Sure. So, yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Nitya, can you turn off your screen share? Okay, got it. So, okay, maybe I think this should be the same. LCK. Yes. So I'm going to share the screen. So this is the sheet, okay, that Nitya gave us. Okay, so now this is BigQuery. Okay, that's where we are. It's a big data warehouse for big data. Okay, and again, what we are doing right now is called as almost you can say stream analytics, where a data entered in an app is directly available in the data warehouse immediately. Okay, so that's what we are doing, and we are doing it without writing even a single line of code. Okay? So I'm going to create a new data set, which is you can assume to be like a database. Okay, so here purchase order demo. Okay, the data location I'm going to leave it to Asia South Mumbai. Okay, and then I'm not going to explain anything, so I'm going to create a data set. So now under the data set, okay, we need to create tables, and that's where we are going to use link the spreadsheet. So create table, okay. So here instead of empty table, we use drive, okay, and then here we are going to copy the Excel sheet that Nitya worked on, okay, and then here the format is Google Sheet, okay. So you choose drive, give the URL of the full sheet, okay, and then Google Sheet and sheet range, you pick up the tab name, okay, so products, okay, so we have products, okay, so products, and then here you can say same name products, okay, so that way you know which tab comes from which, okay, products, and try to keep it lowercase if possible, external, and then the columns type. Let's try auto direct, okay, and see how it performs, okay. If not, we will always come back and give us thing. And then under advanced options, as you know, the first row is a heading. So we are going to say, okay, skip the first row, okay. And if your values are quoted, all those things, you can try it. So now, okay, let's go back and create this table and try to run a sample query and see, okay, what happens. Okay, so now we have products, okay, and it took code and name as string, okay, and then it took purchase price as integer and selling price as integer, okay. So that's what we are having, okay. So that looks somewhat realistic. Okay, so now let's run a query on this table. Okay, so split tab. Okay. Select star from. Okay, so okay, select star from this. Okay, I'm going to run it, and then let's see how many rows it returns. So this one will take some time to return. It won't be that performance complaint. Okay, but still, it returns. So there are 14 rows. Okay, let's go to the sheet and check. There are 14 rows of data. Okay, so instead of count, let's choose somewhere 14 rows. Okay, so we have 14 rows here. Okay, so we link this one. Okay, now let's link the other two tabs. Okay, so I'm coming back here. Okay, and then I'm going to create another table, create table, and this time again it's purchase order, same sheet. Okay, so we are choosing drive, and then this is the URL of the sheet, and it's Google Sheet, and the sheet name is purchase order. Okay, sheet range is purchase order, and here we always give the same thing here, and then we let it auto detect and see if it works. Advanced options, the first row you can skip because it is heading, and then let's create it and see what happens. Okay. So purchase order, and then the last one is purchase order items, right? Okay, so let's do that as well. So let's go back, okay, and create table. Again, the same thing, drive, okay. This Google sheet range is purchase order items, okay, and then data set is this, okay, table, uh, purchase order items. Okay. Auto direct, advanced options, header rows to skip, create table. Okay. So, okay, fine. Okay. So now let's query these two tables just to make sure, we are getting the data. Okay. So let's just start. Okay. And again, don't try this in BigQuery and come back and blame me. I will guide you exactly, okay, how to query a lot of things using this. So 601, okay, so there are two orders. Okay, so let's go back to the sheet. Yeah, there are two orders, that is correct. Okay, and for purchase order items, there are 4 items. Okay, so let's add this, modify this to use the items table and see it should have 4 rows returned. Okay, and if you feel that you are seeing these kind of null rows, it means you have to go back to the spreadsheet and do some cleanup. Okay, and I think somewhere maybe this row and other things. Okay, but so click on this last empty row and select delete. Okay, and then I will show you how it did it. Okay, so now it has 4 rows. Okay, let's go back to purchase order now. Okay, so now if you run it, it should show you only 2 rows and third row should not be there. Let's try. Okay, that's good. So we have linked the data. So now whatever data that AppSheet you are getting it via AppSheet, it is in your data warehouse immediately. Okay, from here you can take it forward. Okay, so the next session we are going to continue. Okay, is with actually meetup. Okay, the next is actually introduction to BigQuery. That's why we kept it at last. Okay, so our main target is small medium enterprises who wanted to develop software for their own needs. Okay, but still they don't want to hire any programmers. So if that's what you are looking for, definitely, we got you covered in these sessions. So the next meetup, you can refer to this page. We will share it. So it will actually show series of events. So we will be exploring BigQuery to start with, okay, and understand, what is it. So we covered low code solutions, okay, and the next one is BigQuery introduction, and the third is ETL tool, okay, and fourth is reporting, okay. So we are going to cover about this. So our main goal is to empower companies to develop their own software without hiring programmers, okay, and also link all the data to the data warehouse offered by Google and start developing reports. So mostly our focus for this month's meetup is providing an idea to clients about how they can build an IT team that that uses low code, not just in the app side. It starts from app but ends in report. Okay, from app to report. Okay, including all the layers in between. You don't even need to write a single line of code, and we will help you to get all the data that you need for the reports. So that's all we have for today. And thanks for your time. And let's meet next week, same time, and learn about BigQuery and focus on it. Thank you.